Alcina is a woman who's acquired magic powers. And her greatest magic power is to make people looking at anything see them the way she would like to see them, as opposed to the way that they actually are. So she gets landed on a desert island, and immediately she builds a fantasy castle and a fantasy forest, and anybody who visited the island, she transformed them into a rock or a boulder or a wild animal. And one of the most interesting characters is the hippogriff, which is a mixture of being a horse and a dragon. It can actually fly for miles and miles and miles. It's not a cheap thing, you know, like an EasyJet. This is the way that Ruggiero arrives on Alcina's island, and he is looking for his beloved Bradamante, who ought to be, you know, just a sort of a flibbity-gibbet of a girl. But it's a much more strong character than that. Ruggiero is the sort of male hero, the kind of macho man, the kind of Errol Flynn, as it were, and is, of course, seduced into the great web of Alcina. Anyway, they are helped by this magic ring, which if you put it in your mouth, suddenly you see everything as it really was. So all of a sudden he can see Alcina for the old hag she was, and the island for the barren island and whatever it is. And so he was encouraged then to rescue his beloved Bradamante, then to overcome Alcina, and finally to escape the island. Also in the process, of course, is to transform all those wild lions or rocks and boulders back to what they'd originally been. All these have dimensions to their characters. They're not cartoon characters. They're three-dimensional characters, brilliantly portrayed and set in this absolutely wonderful music, especially when it comes to the great events, like the destruction of the island at the end.